The 6 best ice cream makers of 2024. We tested 15 ice cream makers. Here are our 6 favorites for making frozen treats. Our top picks include machines from Cuisinart and Breville in this video. It's not the fastest or easiest kitchen project, but making your own ice cream is so worth it. You'll never find any fresher ice cream on a store shelf, and DIY gives you complete control over flavorings and ingredients. Here's the thing. It's difficult to make ice cream in the comfort of your own home without an ice cream maker. There are lots of shapes, sizes, and freezing methods available. How do you decide on a model? To help, we took on the task of making and tasting dozens of ice creams. It's a tough job, but someone had to do it. We tested 15 ice cream makers, including freezer canisters, compressors, and even some manual models, to see which churned the best ice cream and sorbet. We'll explain the differences between these types of ice cream makers, and why you might choose one over the other. In addition to the taste and texture of our final product, we considered design, user-friendliness, and value to choose our favorites. Here are the best ice cream makers for your kitchen. 1. The best ice cream maker, Cuisinart Ice Cream Maker Machine, 1.5 quart sorbet, frozen yogurt maker. The Cuisinart ICE21 may not have all the bells and whistles of higher-end models, but it's fully automatic and can deliver quality homemade ice cream in 20 minutes, at an excellent price. The process is simple and designed to be mess-free. The double-insulated freezer bowl fits into the base, the mixing paddle fits into that, and the plastic cover holds everything together. You pour in your base mixture, and as the bowl spins, the paddle scrapes a layer of frozen material off the interior wall, incorporating it back into the mixture. After about 20 minutes, you get fully churned ice cream. To add mix-ins, you just toss them into the bowl when the batch is almost done spinning. There's only one setting, one blade, and no timers to worry about. In testing, our ice cream and sorbet both had even textures, albeit a bit softer and more serve-like than some other machines. Sticking the finished products in the freezer for a couple of hours firmed them up, but they retained their smoothness and scoopability. The main catch, though, is that you need a pre-frozen bowl, and this machine's is pretty bulky. If you want to be able to make ice cream at the drop of a hat, it has to live in the freezer all the time, and it'll take up a lot of room. This model has a smaller capacity than some of Cuisinart's other ice cream makers, so be mindful of batch size when you're following recipes and scale down accordingly. We didn't do the math quite right and got a little overflow in one test. Also, none of the parts are dishwasher safe, but they're also unlikely to need much more than a rinse. Pros. It aced our tests for texture, and it incorporates mix-ins well. It's also so simple to use that kids can help, if not use it themselves. Cons. It takes up more space on the countertop than some other models. 2. The best ice cream maker upgrade, Breville the Smart Scoop Ice Cream Maker. Just like the Cuisinart ICE100, the Breville Smart Scoop has a compressor for self-freezing capabilities. But what sets this unit apart is its fully automated churning. The model has 12 hardness settings, ranging from softer, spun sorbets to hard, scooped ice cream. Although we admit that 12 settings are more than necessary, we did find the settings to be accurate. This model automatically stops churning once the ice cream has reached your selected texture by sensing the level of resistance against the paddle as the ice cream freezes and thickens. Once the ice cream is ready, the unit alerts you with classic ice cream truck jingles. The churned ice cream can be held at the chosen texture for up to 3 hours, making it perfect for dinner parties and for soft-serve ice cream fans. If you prefer to take control over your ice cream churning, the Breville also has a manual option. Most bases take an average of 40 minutes to complete churning, but if you choose the 10-minute pre-cool option to chill down the machine before adding the base, that churning time can be cut in half. This unit also has a maximum capacity of 1.5 quarts, but, once again, for high overrun bases, it's best to churn no more than a quart at a time. The bowl on this model is easily removable via its sturdy metal handle, allowing for quick cleanup. The lid is also clearly marked, making it easy and quick to slide into place. The wide opening on the lid lets you easily add mix-ins and keep an eye on the ice cream's progress. Pros. We love the convenience of using this compressor, and how quiet its motor is. Cons. It takes longer than most ice cream makers. We tested to go from batter to ice cream. 3. Best overall ice cream maker, Ninja Creami Deluxe XL Ice Cream Maker. While most ice cream makers freeze the liquid base, while whipping in air at the same time, the Ninja Creami starts with a jar of frozen base, and uses a special blender blade-like creamerizer paddle to give it a proper smooth and velvety texture. The unusual method made our lab's team of trained chefs and experienced home cooks suspicious, but in the end, the TikTok-famous gadget turned out to be the best ice cream machine we've ever used. With both sorbet and ice cream, the Creami Deluxe produced a firm and consistently textured product, with no ice crystals or unspun base built up in the corners of the container. Both were ready to eat and perfect straight out of the machine. After 2 hours of refreezing, the ice cream maintained its texture exactly, and the sorbet was still pretty good, a bit denser than we'd like, with a few ice crystals on top. The actual whipping process with the Creami Deluxe takes just over 5 minutes, but you do have to prepare the base and freeze it overnight first. Each of the two included cups has a maximum fill line, for the base at about 1.5 pints, which turns into roughly a quart of the finished product. That's a decent amount, but making fresh ice cream on demand for a huge group isn't really feasible. The great thing about the way this machine works is that the freezing and whipping process can produce all sorts of frozen treats. The Creami Deluxe has 11 modes, with automatic time and speed settings designed for different textures and ingredients, from ice cream, sorbet, and frozen yogurt to milkshakes and frappuccino-style coffee drinks. We love the mix-in mode, which incorporates solid bits into finished ice cream. In our test, the blade did break up some of the larger chunks of Oreo, but it maintained thorough, even mixing that stayed that way after hours in the freezer. On top of all that, cleaning is easy. Most of the removable plastic parts are dishwasher safe, and the blade itself is simple to remove and wash by hand. 4. The best nostalgic ice cream maker, Hamilton Beach Automatic Ice Cream Maker. This unit by Hamilton Beach lets you experience the old-school fun of a hand-cranked ice cream maker, without requiring any elbow grease. The ice cream base is frozen by surrounding it with a solution of ice and salt, while it is churned by a motor that locks into place on the top of the unit. This model has the largest capacity of all our winners, perfect for summer family fun, with a canister that holds up to a gallon of ice cream, sorbet, or even margarita base if you're into making frozen cocktails. The paddle has a metal dowel running through the center for sturdy construction, while the remaining plastic construction keeps it lightweight, allowing for easy storage and use. This unit was the lowest priced of all the models at the time of testing, making it a good pick for someone who makes ice cream only occasionally. What we didn't like, this unit had the longest churn time, averaging about 1 hour, and also gave us slightly icy results. Because this model depends on salt and ice to freeze the ice cream, it can be a messy process, best suited to backyards and patios. 5. The best ice cream maker for ice cream on demand, Cuisinart ICE 100 Compressor Ice Cream and Gelato Maker. This model from Cuisinart has a compressor that chills the ice cream base without the need to pre-freeze, and insert or use a mixture of salt and ice. That means you can churn back-to-back batches of ice cream at a moment's notice. There's no need to plan ahead and chill a canister, or worry about freezer space. A batch of ice cream takes 40 minutes on average to churn, and there is also a cool function that will hold the ice cream for up to 10 minutes. Just like our top canister model pick from Cuisinart, this model also features a minimalist design and simple operation. The interface includes 3 buttons, one to turn the unit off and on, one to set the churning time, and another to start churning. By default, the timer sets to 60 minutes, but it is easily adjustable to your desired churn time, and churning can be stopped at any time. The locking lid has clearly marked arrows, making it quick to attach and remove. The bowl where the churning action happens has a wire handle, which allows you to lift it out for easily transferring the ice cream and making cleanup a cinch. Once the bowl is emptied and washed out, you can immediately churn the next batch without delay. Just be sure to thoroughly dry the sides, or the water can freeze the bowl to the unit. After you've removed the paddle, there is no dowel running through the center of the bowl, so your spatula has clear access to scrape out the finished ice cream. The paddle design is similar to that of the canister-style Cuisinart ICE21 model and therefore yields ice cream with a comparable amount of overrun and a similar final texture. While most ice cream machines warn you not to fill the canister more than 60%, this model tells you not to fill above the top bar on the paddle, a clearly demarcated max fill line that reduces user error. 6. Winter Upright Automatic Ice Cream Maker with built-in compressor. A compressor-cooled model is ready to make ice cream anytime, without someone having to freeze a bowl ahead of time. So you can make batch after batch, with just a brief pause to clean the pail. In our tests, our favorite compressor models usually made the smoothest, most ice crystal-free ice cream. Our favorite compressor models are both from Winter, the ICM15LS and the ICM201SB. Both machines churn smooth, delicious ice cream in around 30 to 40 minutes. Both are heavier and larger than our top pick, with the 15LS weighing around 2,612 pounds and the 201SB weighing around 28 pounds. If you're not looking for maximum capacity and you prefer denser ice cream, we recommend the ICM15LS. If you prefer a slightly fluffy, creamy ice cream, or you want to be able to make bigger batches at a time, we recommend the ICM201SB. The ICM201SB gave us Goldilocks texture ice cream, but it struggled with vegan base. Dairy ice cream made in the ICM201SB was not as dense as ice cream made in the Cuisinart ICE21 or the Winter ICM15LS, and it wasn't as fluffy as results from the Winter ICM128 BPS. But it did produce a firm but creamy, rich but light, happy medium dairy ice cream. The custard ice cream we made was especially delicious, with an impressive lightness and stretch not achieved by the other machines. However, vegan ice cream made in the ICM201SB was icier than vegan ice cream from the ICM15LS and the Cuisinart ICE21. We think the ICM201SB's higher overrun contributed to larger ice crystals forming in the less fat-filled vegan base. If you plan to make mainly sorbet or vegan ice cream, one of our other picks might be a better choice.